My name's Kevin Hale. I live in Swindon, Wiltshire. I do a lot of air shows. I started flying when I was 16 in my local gliding club, flying gliders. I did that until about 2000, and then I took my private pilot's licence and been flying powered aircraft and gliders ever since. The aircraft is an Auster AOP6. It was built in 1946 in Rearsby near Leicester. It's basically a steel tube structure covered in fabric. It was used by the Army for spotting and directing the guns. It flies quite nice. It's quite nice to fly. Can be quite tricky on landing sometimes. You've got to be careful. But as long as you fly it properly, it's a nice, what they call sticking rudder airplane. You've got to fly it to the chocks. You can't relax. It's not like a modern airplane. I start the engine by hand, by hands running the propeller. There's no starter motor, so it's oily, it's smelly, it's hot, but it's great fun. These aircraft Austers served in D-Day. They were quite heavily used in D-Day. It served in Germany. It served with a few what they call AOP squadrons, 657 and 652 squadrons. They served in Germany. It was built in 46 after the war. It spent until the 1950s in Germany. Then it came back to the UK, and it was basically used as a training aircraft in Middle Wallop in Hampshire from then. And they finished it when helicopters come in the late 50s, early 60s. They obviously did better at the job, so these aircraft were then disposed of, and this one luckily survived, and it's been restored a couple of times since then. It was one of the first aircraft to land in Europe after D-Day, after the invasion. It was one of the first Allied aircraft to land was an Auster. Yeah. They're very good at flying slow. They fly slow, low and slow, very good at that. Short fields, getting out in short fields, and it's good for communications and reconnaissance and basically directing the guns. They fire the guns, and this will go over the battlefield and making sure the guns are on the target, and if not, redirect them so they hit the target. Obviously, it was looking for the enemy. If the enemy shot at this aircraft, they'd give their positions away. So even though this aircraft was unarmed, on the radio there's a lot of armament on the radio. So it could be on the radio within 10 minutes. They could be bombarding their positions. So it was they didn't like seeing these airplanes. They didn't give their positions away at all. So quite dangerous in some respects. And a lot of aircraft were destroyed in small fields and things. But it's a very important job. Unsung heroes really. A lot of people don't realise these aircraft were an important part of the wars.